welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sammy and welcome to a very new collab for me. This will be the first year that I am participating in it, but it is the fall soup collab hosted by Katt over at Southern Farm and Kitchen, and I am so excited for this collab. So I really appreciate you hosting this collab, Katt, and I know that you're going to enjoy this video as well as all the other ladies that's in this collab. So when you are done watching my video, check in my description box and I'll have Katt's channel and her video linked below, as well as the playlist for the whole collab. So let's get into cooking my soup that I chose, which is a creamy Rotel chicken soup. So this is a recipe that came to me by my sister-in-law when I went down to Mississippi this summer. She fixed it and it was amazing. So as much as I would love to take credit for this soup, this is all her, because it was her idea. I think she found the recipe from someone at church and then she adapted it to her likings. So then she passed it on to me. So now I am going to pass it on to you all to enjoy. So I hope you love this recipe as much as I did. So without further ado, let's get to cooking, y'all. All right, y'all, so here are the ingredients that you're going to need. It's just a simple breakdown of everything you'll need. I'll have the recipe typed up in the description box below. That way you make sure you have all of it. So to start out, you'll need, the easiest way to do this, I should say, is just to get a rotisserie chicken. That is what's on the recipe. So you just want to debone this chicken and get all the meat off of it, and then you'll use the bones and skin and all the leftovers to make your chicken broth. That is the best way to get all of the flavor for this yummy soup, and I'm gonna tell you what, it is so good. And it's very hearty, so it's a good soup for fall or winter, or heck, just any time in my opinion, because it is that good. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and I will bring you back when it's time to get the stock cooking.
Through the last days of September, I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile upon my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow.
All right, so we got all the chicken off, and that's what we're left with. And I'm going to go ahead and fill my pan up with some water. I used about 9 cups of water here, and I'm just going to use some Tony's, and I believe there was some other seasonings. I can't remember exactly which ones there were, but Tony's, some pepper, and then some Cavender's as well. And I believe I put onion powder or garlic powder. I might have put both, but you'll see here in just a minute. And of course, once you get your water seasoned, that's when you want to drop in all of your chicken, and you want to make sure you just pour it all in there, skin and everything, because you want that flavor, trust me on this. So I just let this cook on low for a couple hours. That way I could make sure all that flavor was out, and then I gave it a good stir, and I also strained it through a fine strainer, and that is what you're left with, and it is a chock full of yumminess. So in a pan, this is what you're going to start the soup base with. So you want to saute some butter and then get your bag of the seasoning blend, dump all that in there, cook your vegetables just a little bit to where they're a little bit translucent, And after that is when you want to start adding in your chicken to let it cook a little bit as well.
Whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September.
All right, so once your chicken has cooked, then you want to go add in 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, and you stir all of that together, and then you'll add in a packet of the dry ranch seasoning mix. I use the Great Value kind, and it's just as good, along with a can of the Rotel tomatoes.
Oh, the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November.
Once you have all that stirred together, that's when I go ahead and add in my Velveeta. I prefer these fresh packs because you don't need a whole block, but it's pretty much like a half a block almost. So I use 2 of those, and I let all of that get melted in together before I start adding in my broth. Okay, so now this is where the yumminess begins, as if it wasn't already yummy. But you want to add in pretty much all of that broth that you made. I think I had 8 or 9 cups of water, and I used pretty much all of it because you're going to add in dry spaghetti noodles to this in a little bit, so you'll need a lot of liquid to cook those. Alright, so for this recipe, this time I had angel hair on hand, so that's what I'm using. And then you just want to break these noodles into about 1 inch to 1/2 inch pieces. Just break up the noodles as best as you can. You don't want them too long. That way it's not all hanging all over your spoon. So I'm going to go ahead and break all of these noodles up, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to add them to the pot.
Dancing through the last days of September, when the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there.
Alright, so you can see the noodles are all broken up into small pieces, so we're just going to go ahead and dump them all in. I did not use the whole box. That was a pound box. I probably used a little over half of that for this pot of soup because it does make a lot of noodles. So I didn't use half. I didn't use all of them, but you can if you want to, depending on how many noodles you like. So I just used a little over half of those. So now pretty much you just stir everything all together, put the lid on it, and let it cook until the noodles are done, and then you just turn it on low for the rest of the day, or you can even put it in a crock pot at this point, however you want to do it. So, but trust me guys, this soup is so good, and it's creamy and hearty, and it's rib sticking, and it's all of my favorite things for soups and fall time. So I hope you all like this recipe. If y'all do give it a try, let me know, tag me in a video, or however you want to do it, send me a message. But I really just want to thank Katt for hosting this fall soup collab. I had a blast doing this, and I was so happy to get to share with you all one of my family favorite soups. So once you're done watching my video, go check out Katt's video as well, as long as the entire playlist, and get all kind of soup inspiration that you need for this fall and winter. But I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and mash that bell so you're notified every time I post. Until next time, y'all, God bless. Bye.